Hi, this is Dave of L. David Likes Photography, and I have a friend that is getting into digital and would like to know how to do black and white. And I'm going to show you how to do this here. And what you want to do is you want to shoot in color and remove the color to create a black and white. We'll use the program Adobe Photoshop Elements, which I'm going to open in the edit mode. This is I'm still using version 6. Version 9 is now out. Looks very promising. I have not gotten it yet. Okay, so make sure you can be in the guided, quick, or full, but we want to be in the full edit mode to do this. We're going to open an image. Um, Image I shot at a local lake around the corner, and this actually was one of the images I used for competition. Just entered in a competition that's coming up, and I use Big Brother Photoshop to create my black and white from this color image. And I tell you, it's much easier to do it in Elements. Yeah, so anyway, um, you can. Some cameras have a black and white mode, but the problem is it creates kind of a flat image when it shoots black and white. And to give you an example of that, if I go into mode, typical color mode is RGB. So if we go to image mode, you can see here the RGB color mode. If we just go to grayscale, it'll ask if we want to discard the color information. We say yes. And here we've removed the color, as you see, but the black and white is very, very flat. Um, so one of the things you can do if if this is all you do, and by the way, this is you want to convert it back. You want to go back to mode RGB color when you go to print because most print places need RGB. But if you want to pump it up a little bit, sometimes you go to enhance, um, adjust lighting, brightness, contrast, and you can pump some contrast into it here. Let's see if I can get some contrast. It's not responding. Here we go. The system is going a little slow today. Okay, so I can pump some contrast, and that's a little better, get a little brighter. That's a little better black and white. Um, but Photoshop Elements has a much better way. So let's go ahead and close this. Okay, and reopen it uh, using a different mode, not mode, but screen. So I would suggest you go to Enhance, Convert to Black and White. Okay, click on that, and it gives you all these different uh, modes, color modes, of which you can adjust each one differently. For example, you can come down here to Vivid Landscape, and it shows you the before and the after, and you can play around with how you want it to look uh, with these sliders down below, which is pretty cool. See, you also have a contrast adjustment here, which is really nice. Uh, you have urban snapshots. These are all presets, by the way. Scenic landscape, portraits. I mean, you could apply a portrait to a scenic scene. I mean, because you can still adjust it here if you need to be, or need to. Newspaper. I like infrared, and I like to be able to punch it up and get a really good looking infrared, contrasty look out of it. Um, to really make the look like a black and white that actually I think this is almost better than my competition print image that I just created in Photoshop. But anyway, that's why I like Elements. It's it's really great. It's black and white conversion, and I've competed with Elements. Okay, so here we have uh, a black and white, and look how awesome that looks. Um, Much better than just uh, just discarding the color. Okay, and one additional thing here, if you go to um, this little black and white circle here is called Create Adjustment Layer, and click on that and go down to Hue, Saturation. Click on the Colorize box, and you can create a sepia tone color. Okay, and with the hue here, you can change it to different colors, all different colors, and create, add saturation or whatever you want. Personally, I set 25-25 to create an old style black and white look, and then you can adjust the lightness or darkness here. Click OK, and there we have a sepia tone image that you can have printed out on color paper, and it'll print very nicely. And if we just to go back to the black and white, I'm going to turn off the eyeball here and go back to a black and white. One of the things that I just want to mention is if you take it to a local place to print black and white, and this is still RGB color mode, sometimes it will have kind of like a sepia or tint to it that you don't want. And only like a professional lab can print it on what they call true black and white paper, and it won't have any tint, just so you know. But so keep that in mind when you you have it printed. It doesn't look quite the same. But anyway, with the sepia, you would go ahead and go Layer, Flatten Image, and then go ahead and save it, and have it print from there. And that's my tip. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm Dave Likes, L. David Likes Photography. Thanks for watching.